What's going on, everyone? And as we've been saying, 2021 has been the year of the MMO, and there has been even more MMO news over the last couple days, including another expansion announcement for Star Wars: The Old Republic. And that expansion is going to be Legacy of the Sith. Now, Star Wars: The Old Republic is an MMO that I have been on and off of for a few years, ever since it came out. I've always come back for all the new expansions because it has one of the best stories I have ever experienced in an MMO. Swtor, Star Wars: The Old Republic, is hands down the best RPG MMO I have ever played. And what I mean by that is that normally you would say MMORPG, but Swtor is an RPG MMO in the sense of that if you eliminated all of the MMO elements from the game, it would still be a really great quality game experience because the story development of the game is so well done that it just sucks you in. And I've never played an MMO repeatedly going through the story as much as I have with Swtor, because it is always so enjoyable playing through it, making the decisions, the light side and dark side options, which are now actually going to have a little bit more of an influence on your gameplay experience in terms of how your character is using abilities with Legacy of the Sith. But I have never had an MMO have such an in-depth story system brought to it, and it's one that I always enjoy going back to and experiencing when they bring out new content. So definitely excited for this expansion. That being said, let's get into everything that's going to be coming around with it. They are announcing it, Legacy of the Sith, part of their 10th anniversary announcement. They're doing a whole year-long celebration for it. The game's been around for quite some time, and it's a testament to the player base that they have been so dedicated to this game that they are still providing expansion content continuously throughout the years. They have not given up on the product, and there's going to be a lot of that to show here. So the Legacy of the Sith, the way it's going to take place, the war between the Galactic Republic and the Sith Empire is continuing to spread onto new worlds. Dangerous fringe groups rise in the dark corners of the galaxy, and Darth Malgus pursues an unknown plan. Unravel these mysteries and more as your choice continues to shape the galaxy. They're not giving you too much info on it, obviously, because you're going to discover that for the most part, but it's also very early on in the announcement. But yeah, that's Darth Malgus. He's been a key part of the game ever since the beginning, so it's really awesome that we're still following along a storyline with characters that players are going to be familiar with. It's not just like brand new people that you're being thrown into the mix with or anything like that. But this is the really big thing from the expansion that I think most people are actually looking forward to, as this is one of the biggest things I'm looking forward to, and that is the more choices in how you play with combat styles. They're introducing combat styles which are going to allow you to separate your class story from your gameplay style for an even greater customization experience. This is going to enable the advanced class options, as characters are able to choose an advanced class within the tech or force side respective playstyles. So for example, as they show here, a trooper is going to be able to wield a sniper rifle, a regular rifle, the heavy cannon, the pistol, dual pistols, whatever the respective advanced class options are in the tech side. You can pick it no matter what, even as a trooper, which normally was originally locked to just its two respective options. But now it's open to all of the tech side, which is really cool in that, you have all these people wanting to live out their, Star Wars Clone Wars, Batch 5, Bad Batch characters, all these sorts of things. And even, let's talk about all the people playing force using classes, especially if you're on the Republic side. Let's be honest, it's a lot cooler to shoot lightning than it is to throw rocks and pebbles at people. Well, now through your light and dark side choices, if you are a Republic Jedi and you actually make dark side options, you are going to be able to have the choice to use lightning instead of your, typical throwing your pebbles and rocks. They are going to open up that as options as well for the class customization gameplay. And I think that's really cool. I think a lot of people who go dark side Jedis really want that ability to, fire lightning out of their hands instead of throwing rocks. And vice versa. If you go dark side, if you are a light side Sith, you're going to be able to do the same thing. You're going to be able to throw rocks instead of fire lightning. So entirely going to be up to you for that. But also alongside that, you know, maybe you're an Inquisitor, which is the, you know, caster class of the Sith. You can wield double sabers in each hand. And so I'm looking forward to the potential of maybe being a Marauder with a double-bladed saber looking like Darth Maul, and that would be pretty cool. So that's something that's really exciting and intriguing to me about it. But going on, we're going to return to Underwater Depths. We're going back to Manaan. The Sith Empire has invaded Manaan to seize its abundance of kolto, a vital medical resource on all sides of the war. Battle through underwater facilities to control the planet with separate Imperial and Republic storylines. Completing the Manaan story will unlock a new base of operations for your faction, along with a new daily area. Now, they said they did a video of all this, discussing everything that they're talking about here. And I'll put a link to this as well as the video in the description below. But they state very clearly that we are not going to be swimming. There's not going to be underwater gameplay in that regard. You know, swimming is not a feature that's been unlocked with this expansion. So, while Manaan may be a water planet in that aspect, we're not swimming for our gameplay. Explore a ruined Sith fortress. The story continues on the planet of Elom, with the discovery of a ruined Sith fortress that mysteriously erased from all records. Rumors persist that Darth Malgus, on the hunt for ancient relics throughout the galaxy, may have found something critical to the future of the Jedi and the Sith. This new storyline will be available both as a solo experience and as well as a multiplayer Flashpoint. So again, you know, this game has done a phenomenal job of having those RPG elements, while having it, you know, the MMO elements are optional. You know, you are able to experience the game entirely, for the most part, as a single player RPG experience, if that is what you would so inclined, you know, want to. However, you still also are able to enjoy it as an MMO with grouping up with people and doing this in a party as such. Now, something that's not so single player oriented is the ops. There's a new ops. Gather your allies in deep space. An obscure Sith cult is harvesting technology from an ancient weapon of terrifying power. In a new R4 anomaly operation, players will need to gather their allies to take down this galactic threat in deep space. And if this is what that op is going to look like, looks pretty sweet, not going to lie. This looks like a pretty interesting op encounter experience. Shadows of the Underworld, Legacy of the Sith kicks off with a new galactic season. Shadows of the Underworld, a new batch of rewards themed around the Shadow Syndicate, including Fen Zeal and Duros Gunslinger, and first Duros Companion of the Old Republic, will be available to all participating players. The new season will also come with a host of quality of life improvements, thanks to player feedback from our inaugural season in the game update 6.3. And to go along with everything else for it, they are also looking to improve the, player experience. As we head into our 10th year of service for the Old Republic, we're taking a deeper look at improving the overall player experience for both newcomers and veterans alike. The initiative begins with the Legacy of the Sith expansion and will continue throughout the entire year-long celebration. So this is going to go into 2022, guys, with everything that they're going to be doing. Players can expect a completely new character creation experience, along with new looks for the character sheet, inventory, and much, much more. And as they've done with all their expansions, in their recent launches, this expansion, like the others, is available so long as you are subscribed. So basically, the game's, the expansion's $15. Their subscription is entirely optional, but if you are subscribed during or after, before the Legacy of the Sith comes out, you will have access to it by default. But to go along with that, okay, the Legacy of the Sith is going to launch in the holiday of 2021. So probably around November, December is when we're looking at it. But that is not where it ends. They are looking at a whole lot more from Legacy of Sith throughout the entire year. That is the whole point of their 10th anniversary. They are bringing a bunch of new updates as part of Legacy of the Sith. It's just not all going to be in there right away. And a lot of that includes Legacy of the Sith is just the start of our 10-year celebration, and you can expect so much more throughout the next year, including regular story updates, Master Mode R4 Anomaly, improving the UI even further with more updates, an entire PvP system revamp, which they touched on in the video. However, they didn't want to give too many specific details about it because it's such a delicate topic for a lot of people, what a system revamp can mean, and they don't want to say anything that could, maybe not hold up the way it's supposed to with how they're, you know, designing the revamp. They don't want to give any, misinformation around it, or how it might be perceived. More galactic seasons, a new Flashpoint, new locations, tech modernization, visual improvements. And so they actually are looking to further improve the visuals of the game, which is really interesting because there are some people that do feel like Swtor is a little dated graphically. However, it's still pretty solid for what it is, and when you compare it to a lot of current MMOs on the market. But visual improvements are always welcomed, and maybe a few more surprises. So really awesome. I'm super excited for this expansion. I definitely am going to be checking it out along with all the other games that are coming out this year. So if you guys are looking to have, if you guys are interested in seeing us play all these different MMOs that are going to be coming between Swtor, Final Fantasy, Lost Ark, everything that's coming this year, definitely be sure to drop on by our Twitch, twitch.tv/Zav. And as always, if you enjoy the content, be sure to like and subscribe. Always appreciated. Have a good one, and I look forward to seeing you guys in Swtor. Bye.